aria.
Hey, so I am back with another part of my VSG journey. So I'm getting people that's telling me, oh, you don't need VSG, just diet and exercise. Oh, you can do it without that. First and foremost, I'm 36 years old. I know my health situation. I know about what I need in my life. I know what I've tried. I know what I excelled at and what I failed at. And I know what I need to do for me. I appreciate the concern if that's what it is. But trust me, I know what I'm doing. A big part of that is health. For me, I found out that I am pre diabetic, and we are not trying to let that go into full blown diabetes. And I know that I've been struggling with my relationship with food. It's just a reality for me. Some people do drugs, some people are alcoholics, some people do whatever they do. I eat. I have an unhealthy relationship with food. I'm aware of that. In my community, in my household, in my family, we express love with food. We have food at family gatherings. We have food for the holidays. We have food every Sundays. We do that. That's what we do. That's how we show love for each other. And there's food at every single gathering. And truth be told, in my family, I'm the one that do all the cooking. I'm Big Mama. I'm the big one, not the little one. So my situation, I'm going to do what's best for me. Also, I have obstructive sleep apnea, severe obstructive sleep apnea. That is the biggest part of all of this. This whole journey started because of my severe obstructive sleep apnea. If you don't know what that is, in a nutshell, you stop breathing in your sleep, okay? You stop breathing multiple times. I got to the point where I am at 42 occurrences a night. That means 42 times every hour I stop breathing. Okay. And yes, there are CPAP machines and things like that. And I do have a CPAP. That's what tracks all of my sleeping habits and the snoring, which is unbearable. And I want to talk about the social ramifications of sleep apnea because I don't hear enough people talk about the social ramifications. Yes, it is a huge health risk, but also your social life can suffer because of it. And I'm going to give a few examples of that. So in my case, I have severe obstructive sleep apnea and I have an intolerance to the CPAP. It makes me feel claustrophobic. I cannot sleep with it. It just feels there's something plugged into the wall that's on my face and it's supposed to stay on my face all night, and that bothers me. I can't turn and sleep the way I would like to. It's just a problem, and I've tried it because I had to for my health, and it just wasn't working out. The way it's monitored by health professionals, and they can see that I only get an average of 3 hours per sleep with the CPAP machine. That qualifies me for an intolerance. I have an intolerance to it. I cannot sleep with it. So it defeats the purpose of having it if I still can't sleep with it. So that's why my ear, nose, and throat doctor, because that's who monitors my sleep apnea, she suggested getting a gastric sleeve after I wanted to get Inspire, which was an implant. So I didn't have to do the CPAP or just as an alternative to that. She didn't want me to get that for different reasons. She said every 10 years it will have to be changed out because of the battery. I'm still young. That would set me up for numerous surgeries in my future. And she didn't want that for me. She told me the best thing for me to be able to do was to lose this weight and keep it off. I am 5'6.5" and I weigh 264 pounds. That puts my BMI at about 42, which is considered obese. So that's why she is very adamant about, you know what, if you just lose the weight and keep it off, then your sleep apnea won't be such a problem, which is the main goal here. And for me, I have been able to get the weight off. I was the keto queen, okay? I still do some things that are keto because I just found them to work better for me. I can get the weight off. I can't keep it off, okay? I tried. What works for other people doesn't work for me. I can only do what works for me. And I can get the weight off at any given time, multiple times. I've gotten the weight off. I can't keep it off. So it doesn't matter if I'm going to go back to the same problem. So this VSG, this gastric sleeve, is going to be a tool for me to control my eating, to help with my relationship with food, because I need something more. I need something different. That's why I am getting VSG. Now, I know a lot of girls who get it, they're a lot bigger than me, or they look a lot bigger than me. But let's talk about the weights. I weigh 264 pounds. I'm not too far off from 300 pounds. It doesn't matter what I look like. Okay. It doesn't matter if everybody likes a shorty that's thick and all of that. And that's all good and that's all well, but it's not good for me health wise. It's just not. I'm not even going to hold y'all. One of my biggest fears is getting too small and looking too sickly because I have been Big Mama for basically my whole adult life. So at the end of the day, that's a fear of mine. But what's a bigger fear is having an aneurysm in my sleep, because that's one of the effects of sleep apnea, especially with an intolerance to a CPAP. I can have an aneurysm because I'm putting too much strain on my heart for my heart to try to catch up and make sure that I'm getting oxygen and things like that. My oxygen saturation is getting low because I stopped breathing so many times in my sleep. That is dangerous. Okay. So for everyone like, oh, you don't need this, you don't need that, please don't come on over here telling me what I do and do not need, stranger internet people. So let's talk about the social ramifications. Sleep apnea also was a big problem in my last relationship. It wasn't the only problem, but I admit it was a huge problem because he couldn't sleep in the same room with me. Once we stopped sleeping in the same room, a multitude of other things transpired. And I couldn't be mad, and I was understanding because the snoring is outlandish. It's outrageous, okay? It's outrageous. So it definitely caused me a problem. And then in my next relationship after that, it wasn't even a full-blown relationship. Like the first night we spent together, the second night he slept on my couch. And I completely understood and I saw where this was going, so that got nipped in the bud quick because I wasn't going to put myself through that. It's just an issue that at the time I couldn't control. I still can't control, and it's not sexy or cute to be in lingerie or to be cute and sexy and then have to put that machine on your face. Nothing's cute and sexy about it. And yes, your health is more important than that, but let's also keep it real. I am young and I am single and I am living my life, and my social life is just as important to me. It's just up there with your mental health. It's up there with your physical health. Your social life matters, and mine does. I don't care if yours doesn't. Mine's matters. So it's an issue. Let's talk about small things like traveling on a plane. I travel a lot. I like to go to different countries. I travel. I have anxiety about sleeping on the plane. I won't sleep on the plane. I will stay up the whole time because it's so embarrassing, because the snoring is so loud. It's just out of control. And I literally can't control it. Or I have to try to find to plug in the CPAP machine and put this machine on my face and pour water in it and all this other stuff that you will have to do on this small space on the plane just to be able to go to sleep for a couple hours. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing. It's a lot. So it does have social ramifications as well. Like, it's in my household or in my family, it's like a running joke, and like everyone thinks it's funny and makes jokes about it. I've made jokes about it, because I literally didn't know that snoring was coming from something that was killing me. Like, it was limiting the amount of oxygen that I was getting in my body. It was making my heart pump harder than it had to. It was literally putting me at risk. I was unaware until I was aware. Once I was aware, the medical team they took action. And because of my past history of, your weight is recorded at all of your appointments and everything, they see I can get my weight down, but I can't keep it down consistently. So a plan was made for me, and VSG was at the top of that plan. And that's with my ear, nose, and throat doctor that directly deals with my sleep apnea, and also with my PCP, as well as the bariatric team. All three of these doctors, all three of these professionals, from my past history, from my current health situation, and who I am as a person, all put that plan together for me to be in a better, healthier place. So I just wanted to put that out there, that sleep apnea is like a real issue. I don't feel like it's talked about enough as far as the social issues and things that come along with it, and the anxiety that comes along with it, worried about every night if you go to sleep and you can't work your CPAP long enough, or you're going to wake up. So I just want to let people know that before you come on a stranger's page and tell them what they need and what they don't need and what they should and shouldn't do, just go ahead and don't do that. Just go ahead and mind your business, okay? If you want to follow my journey, which I hope people who are going on this journey and people who have been on this journey and want to give tips, and I can give tips too, and just give a different perspective, please come along, follow me. I would love to have you, but just don't tell me what I do and do not need to do. And I will see y'all tomorrow when I post my liquid diets days 3 and 4. Have a good one.